Hi everybody, thanks for joining in. I'm going to make Spanish rice. Y'all have been asking for Spanish rice. I'm going to make you some Spanish rice. What you're going to need is a 2-pound bag of long grain rice. Long grain enriched rice. 2-pound bag, great value's fine. Right now in my pan I have jalapenos, fresh jalapenos cooking. And about, I don't know, a 1/4 cup of avocado oil. And you just saute these jalapenos until the skin turns brown. That flavors up the oil really nice and gives the rice a really good flavor. You wondered why you couldn't get that good Spanish rice taste? You gotta fry some jalapenos. And no, this will not make your rice hot, I promise. This just gives the grease a good peppery taste. And you can use 1, you can use 6. People pick these out and put them on their plate and eat it with their food. It's delicious. So fry up your jalapenos, get the grease good and flavored. I add, I don't know, celery, a 1/2 onion, and it can be yellow, it can be white, it really doesn't matter. Put it in there, saute those vegetables. Now if you don't want vegetables in your rice, that's totally fine too. I just like the color it gives the rice, and if you watch me, you know I'm all about colorful food. So you just saute this up and get the vegetables tender. And like I said, it's about a 1/2 of a white onion, a 1/2 of a carrot, 2 sticks of celery. And this is just to flavor up your rice broth really nice. Hi Miranda, hi Uncle Lim. This will take, now I'm just going to saute the vegetables up a little bit. They're going to be nice and tender, but if they're not, you can go ahead, if you're in a time crunch, you can go ahead and add your rice in here, because all we want to do with the rice is saute it and get it nice and brown when you put it in here. You have to be careful too. This will start splattering on you if you're not careful. So I always keep my lid handy just to protect myself. Is everyone still full from Thanksgiving? I had to throw away a lot of rolls and cinnamon rolls and carbs. We threw away carbs. That's okay. I got 2 chickens in the oven. I have company from South Texas. My cousin's coming up. What's the matter? Can you not see me? Oh, my brother. I have a cousin coming up from South Texas. My aunt. 2 cousins actually. So I got 2 chickens. I made beans. I got rice cooking. We're going to have a salad, and don't tell her, but we're getting a birthday cake. Hold up a minute. And this is partially cooked. Can you see this? Okay. See, the vegetables are getting nice and cooked. It's a good start. Because the rice will cook a lot quicker than these vegetables, so I'm just going to get a little start on them. Again, if you don't want vegetables in your rice, that's totally fine. Leave it out. Y'all can't believe the people that have been asking for me to make Spanish rice. But hopefully it'll turn out for you. I'll try to get the recipe put in there. I still haven't put the recipe in on my broccoli casserole. But y'all understand I've been busy, but I'll try to get it in there. This is 2 pounds of long enriched white rice. Not Uncle Ben's, not parboiled. And it's sauteing, I'm browning it to give it a nice toasty look, it'll be just a light brown. And remember, those with, this store is really good. I know 2 pounds seems like a lot, but I'm telling you, your family will love it. You can put it in a dish in the refrigerator, and it's great leftovers. I just don't know how to make small portions. Asking in my family. If it's 2 of us here, I'm making a 2-pound bag. And then people take it home in Ziplocs. I don't know about you, but when people come to eat at my house, they usually leave with food. And that's a good thing. Okay. Hang tight, it'll be worth it, I promise you. Do you see how it's getting toasted up here? It'll get nice and toasty. And you'll need a can of tomatoes. One of these cans, you know what I'm talking about. Just a can of diced tomatoes. If you like whole, get whole, chop them up, put them in here. But not right now. It won't take much longer, I promise. This is really the only time you can stir rice, when you're browning it. Once you put liquid to it, you really don't want to mess with it very much. It'll become gummy. So once you get it to that brown toasty stage and you add water, I have 2 quarts standing by of water. Hopefully that'll be enough. Y'all do realize the humidity plays a factor in how much water it takes for your rice to fluff up. It plays a factor in that. Weather is just like fudge. You wouldn't make fudge on a humid day. You wouldn't make peanut brittle on a... But this rice, it may take just a little bit more sometimes if it's humid or if it's... Here you go, we're getting there. I promise I turn the heat up. Don't let it burn. Rice will burn really quick. Especially I got a hot spot right here on my burner. Of course, I think this is like my 4th cooktop I've had installed. This one's probably 6 or 7 years old. Hopefully I can get another year or 2 out of it. Here we go. Thanks, Jamie. Do you remember my rice from the 90s? I know a lot of when my sons were home in high school and they dragged their friends home, they'd eat beans and rice here every Saturday. And Roy's chicken. This is like my fideo. Has anybody made the fideo that I made? Remember that little skinny spaghetti that I made? It's a lot like rice, but little tiny spaghetti. This is a lot like that. Has anybody made that yet? It's really good. You know, Jim ended up finishing that pan of fideo. I had a taste of it. It was really good. Sharon, your daughter made the broccoli rice casserole. It was delicious, wasn't it? Oh, I found my hot spot over here. Let me turn this back down. I miss my gas burners. Can y'all see how it's toasting up? My rice is toasting up nicely. Just a little bit longer. It'll be ready to put the liquids in and the spices. Now you know my spices are going to be cumin, garlic. I am going to add some Knorr chicken seasoning. because I don't have, but this is, it does not have MSG. So always make sure it's MSG free. We don't need it. Here you go. Do you see how it's toasting up? Can you see that good? I don't know. I didn't use my light ring because I just thought it was too bright. This is my new Vinahood, and the light seemed pretty bright enough, I guess. So I'm thinking it's ready for the can of tomatoes. This will be about 1.5 quarts of water. Maybe closer to 2 quarts. Do you hear that sizzling? There you go. Get the little rice kernels in there. Okay. Make sure no rice is sticking to the bottom. Stir it around. Okay. I'm thinking I'm gonna add. Now, if you add this, you don't need salt. This is your salt and chicken flavoring. Oh, about 2.5 tablespoons. This is about, you know, I usually don't measure. I'm doing this for you guys. I usually just pour it out and feel. This is about, you know what, 3 tablespoons of garlic powder. Don't buy garlic salt. You don't need salt in your garlic. And see how big my cumin is? Because, yeah, we use a lot of it here. This will be 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. That ought to be plenty. My mom used to add a can of corn to this. Sometimes she'd add squash. It was different every time my mom made it, but it fed all of us really, really good.
We don't do plain around here.
Embellish everything.
You need this?
I'm done with that. Thank you. I wish you could smell this. And I've made fresh salsa already. I've made beans. Now, if you want, you can just go ahead. I think it needs just a little bit more of that chicken base. That's another tablespoon, I promise. So, oh, see, I told you I kept salsa in my fridge all the time. This is a quart container. So if you have that, it'll be yummy over the...
And habanero.
And because that other wasn't hot enough, Freddie went and got the habanero salsa I made. So now see when it starts to bubble? You turn it down to simmer. You take your lid, you put it on here. I prefer a glass top so you can see when the bubbles on the top of the rice disappear. Turn it off, let it sit for 20 minutes, and someone tries to take the lid off of your skillet while it's steaming, kick them out of the house and never let them back in. So this will sit until the rice bubbles go away off the top. And then you turn it off and you let it sit 20 or 30 minutes. The rice will be nice and fluffy or it'll be dry, all the liquid will be gone. Oh, my hair is horrible. All the liquid will be gone. And then you'll take the lid off, take a fork, fluff it up, and it'll be yummy. Serve it with, we're gonna have baked chicken, beans, salsa, and it'll be yummy. I'll try to put the recipe in the comments by tonight. Don't hold me to it. But just remind me, send me a message, say you need the recipe. But again, it was 2 pounds of rice with 2 quarts of water. It had a can of tomatoes. I fried jalapenos and onions and celery and carrots before I browned the rice, got it nice and toasty, added the tomatoes, added 2 quarts of water, 3 tablespoons of chicken base, which has salt, so don't add salt if you do that. You feel free to just add salt and pepper if you like. You don't have to use that nor chicken base if you don't want to. Salt, pepper, cumin, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 3 tablespoons of garlic powder. Let it simmer, come to a boil simmer with the lid on very low heat, and then wait for the water to disappear, and then wait 20-30 minutes for it to steam, and you have fantastic Spanish rice. Good luck to you. Drop me a note. Let me know how it came out if you make it. I appreciate that. Bye, guys. Good night.